can think of no one more deserving of this year's Aulik Award than Judge Carl Ashley. He has again and again displayed leadership on behalf of treatment courts and other criminal justice alternatives in both Milwaukee County and also across our state. He's had two different rotations doing a treatment court calendar where he presided over Milwaukee's adult drug court, our veterans treatment court, our mental health court, and also the extensive Milwaukee Deferred Prosecution Agreement program.
Hi, I'm Aulik Award. I nominated Carl Ashley for the Aulik Award this year. Quite honestly, it's been a long time coming. Carl's been really the heart and kindness of the movement for treatment courts in the state of Wisconsin. I've known Carl for probably 20 years, 15 to 20 years as the chair of Effective Justice Strategies, which is a subcommittee of a committee with PPAC, the Supreme Court Policy Committee. The EJS committee has been the committee that has really developed most of the most important policies for treatment courts across the state. I mean, it's where it effectively, hand in hand with WATCP, helped develop the treatment court standards. It helped develop the concepts for TAD originally, and then eventually when TAD became a statute, it was the organization that looked at TAD and how it affected the courts.
And even after he left the treatment court bench and left the WATCP board itself, he remained active within the organization by chairing the Equity and Inclusion Subcommittee that was able to ensure that all of our courts across the state of Wisconsin remained fair and available to all, regardless of race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation.
But the other thing that Carl does, which is the thing you sort of fall in love with Carl about, is his ability to persuade people with kindness and understanding and just his heart right up front. He's taken on some very difficult issues over time. The equity inclusion issue has not been an easy issue for treatment courts, and he's taken it on full board. He's taken on the issue of trauma and how trauma affects our courts. It's always been part of that training for not only the courts, but also treatment courts. He's made us, in a lot of ways, so much better simply by asking the questions that need to be asked and pushing us in the way he does it, which is understanding. He looks for what you care about, and what he has in mind, again, is central, is everybody who appears in front of him. He was a treatment court judge in Milwaukee, I believe twice, and each time people walked away from that court so much healthier, better. But it was because of his kindness and his approach and his way of convincing people all around the state, frankly, that treatment courts are essential. We have over 100 treatment courts. We have nothing but an approach that says we must be better, we must have higher quality. And if Carl wasn't there, I don't know if that would have happened.
I think for any judicial officer, they should get an opportunity to be in a problem-solving court. It created some different dynamics and understanding for me and those who I know also sat in those chairs to get a better understanding of how we can interact with people who have had issues in their lives. I've never felt more a rewarding experience than having someone successfully navigate through one of these programs and graduate. I know by them taking those big steps, and they're hard, and I often get taken back when a colleague of mine says something to the effect that, oh, treatment court, that's easy. I mean, that's easy stuff. Well, all of us know it couldn't be anything farther from that. It's extraordinarily hard for people to have to deal with those things, trauma, the addiction, the lack of respect they have from people around them, to be able to turn that around. And all you sitting in this room who work so very hard to help people change the trajectory of their lives. And I think the Aulik Award is really part and parcel of us being able to look at people and say, you know what? You can have better outcomes. And we're here to work with you. And if you fall, we're going to help you get up. Because that's the nature of all of our efforts to allow people to have better outcomes.
So Carl, on behalf of WATCP, I want to thank you for your contributions to treatment courts and the criminal justice system overall, and congratulate you on your receipt of the Aulik Award.
Here's to my friend, my colleague, and somebody I consider a mentor to myself and to many. Carl Ashley, you really deserve the Aulik Award. You are a wonderful person.
I want to thank you so very much for the opportunity to work with WATCP, work with all the folks who are so dedicated to helping people change their lives. And I think of all the people that I look who've gotten the Aulik Award, I am so impressed by those folks. And the fact that I'm very humbled that I would be considered for this prestigious award. And I want to thank every one of you for your continued work to make differences in people's lives, because it really, really matters. So thank you so very much.